Welcome to the Political Bridge. I'm Ada. Today we're diving into a topic that might seem specific, but it touches on big ideas about democracy. We're talking about how a Senate seat gets filled when a senator leaves office early. Specifically, we'll explore the legacy and succession of Lindsey Graham. He's a long-serving senator. Should his replacement be appointed by the governor or chosen by voters in a special election? This isn't just about one person. It's about how we choose our leaders. It also impacts how states keep their power in Washington. It affects how quickly people get a say in who represents them. We'll look at the pros and cons of both methods. Let's get into it. Nico, you're up first.
Thanks, Ada. When a senator's seat opens up, like with the legacy and succession of Lindsey Graham, the governor should appoint a temporary replacement. This is not just about speed. It's about stability. Governors are elected by the whole state. They have a mandate. They can quickly fill the seat. This keeps the state's voice strong in the Senate. Imagine a time of national crisis. We can't wait months for a special election. We need a senator in place right away. An appointed senator can start working on day one. They can represent their state's interests without delay. Special elections are also very costly. They can cost millions of taxpayer dollars. These funds could be better used elsewhere. Appointing a senator is practical, it's efficient, it respects the governor's role. It also ensures continuous representation for the state. This is vital for good governance.
Nico, I hear your points on speed and cost, but democracy isn't just about speed. It's about the will of the people. When a Senate seat becomes open, especially considering the legacy and succession of Lindsey Graham, voters should choose their next representative. Appointing someone takes away that power from citizens. It gives it to one person, the governor. That's not how our republic should work. A special election ensures the person holding that seat has a real mandate. They are chosen by the people they will serve. This strengthens public trust. It makes the senator more accountable. It also prevents governors from picking someone who only serves their own political goals. Yes, special elections cost money, but defending our democratic process is worth the investment. It's about making sure every citizen's voice is heard. It's about true representation.
Both of you have laid out strong opening arguments. Nico, you emphasize stability and efficiency with an appointed replacement. Jordan, you highlight the importance of voter choice and accountability. My first follow-up question for both of you is this. How do you address the potential for political maneuvering? Nico, an appointed senator might be seen as a partisan pick by the governor. Jordan, a special election could be influenced by low voter turnout or outside money. How do your preferred methods ensure fairness and broad representation?
Ada, governors are accountable to the voters. They know a bad appointment will hurt them in their next election. This acts as a check on purely partisan choices. They often pick someone with broad appeal. They also look for someone with experience. They want someone who can hit the ground running. This is important for the legacy and succession of Lindsey Graham. It ensures the state's interests are always protected. Yes, there's always politics involved, but a governor's choice is often more thoughtful. It's less prone to the swings of a low turnout special election. Those elections often favor extreme candidates. An appointed senator can focus on governing. They don't have to immediately start campaigning. This stability benefits everyone in the state. It allows for a smoother transition of power. It keeps the state's work moving forward.
Nico, I disagree that a governor's choice is less partisan. It's often highly partisan. A governor will almost always pick someone from their own party. This doesn't reflect the diversity of views in the state. It doesn't truly honor the legacy and succession of Lindsey Graham. A special election, even with lower turnout, still gives voters the power. It gives them the final say. It forces candidates to engage with the public. It forces them to explain their positions. Yes, special elections can be influenced by money, but we have campaign finance laws. We can work to improve them. We shouldn't throw out the idea of voter choice because of challenges. We should fix the challenges. Giving voters the power to choose their senator is fundamental. It ensures that the person in that seat truly represents the people, not just one political leader.
Let's dig deeper. Nico, your argument for gubernatorial appointment relies heavily on the idea that governors will make nonpartisan, broadly appealing choices to avoid political backlash. But history shows governors often appoint political allies or future primary contenders. How do you guarantee the appointed senator truly represents the state rather than just the governor's political agenda? Jordan, you champion special elections as the purest form of democracy. Yet, special elections often have very low voter turnout. This means a small, highly motivated group can pick the senator. How can you claim this is true representation when most of the state's voters don't participate?
Ada, you're right that governors might pick allies. That's part of politics. But their primary goal is to maintain their party's strength. They also want to ensure the state has a strong voice in Washington. A governor who appoints a wildly unpopular candidate faces real consequences. They face voter anger. They face a harder re-election. This pressure forces them to consider broader appeal. They need someone capable. They need someone who can work with other senators. This is especially true for someone continuing the legacy and succession of Lindsey Graham. It's not about perfect representation. It's about practical representation. It's about keeping the state's interests at the forefront. An appointed senator serves the state immediately. They don't have to spend months campaigning. This is a crucial difference. It ensures stability.
Ada, you've hit on a real challenge with special elections. Low voter turnout is a problem for our democracy. But the solution isn't to take away the vote. The solution is to make voting easier. We need to educate people on why these elections matter. We need to increase access to the ballot. We need to make sure every citizen knows their power. Even with lower turnout, the choice still comes from the people. It doesn't come from one person. That's a huge difference. It's about the principle. It's about who holds the ultimate power. For the legacy and succession of Lindsey Graham, we need a senator chosen by the voters. We can't let a governor decide. We must trust the people. We must work to engage them. We must make sure their voices are heard. That's how democracy works best.
The stress test revealed a core tension. Nico, you prioritize effective governance and immediate representation, even if it means a governor's choice. Jordan, you prioritize the democratic ideal of voter choice, even if turnout is sometimes low. This highlights the real-world trade-offs in our system. Both sides want what's best for the state, but they see different paths to get there. It's a classic debate between efficiency and pure democratic principle. Now let's hear your closing thoughts. Nico, what's your strongest final case for your position?
Ada, my case comes down to practical governance. When a Senate seat opens, the state needs immediate representation. We can't afford a gap. An appointed senator provides that. They can step in and continue the work of the state. This ensures our voice is heard in Washington without delay. This is particularly important for the legacy and succession of Lindsey Graham. Special elections are slow and expensive. They often have low turnout. This means a small group of voters picks the senator. This isn't necessarily more democratic. It just means a different group of people gets to choose. A governor, elected by the entire state, has a mandate. They can make a responsible choice. This ensures continuity. It ensures stability. It's the most effective way to keep our government working for the people.
Nico, I agree that continuity is important, but it cannot come at the expense of democracy. The people should always have the final say in who represents them. An appointed senator is not accountable to the voters. They are accountable to the governor. This weakens the very foundation of our republic. For the legacy and succession of Lindsey Graham, we need a senator who has earned their seat. They need to earn it through the ballot box. Yes, special elections have challenges, but we can overcome them. We can encourage more people to vote. We can make the process more accessible. Giving the power to the people strengthens our democracy. It ensures that our representatives truly reflect the will of the state. It is the only way to ensure true representation and accountability.
Jordan, while voter choice is a cornerstone, we must also consider the practical implications of prolonged vacancies. Take the case of Senator Dianne Feinstein's passing. California, a state with immense influence, was effectively operating with one less senator for a significant period. While Governor Newsom did appoint a replacement, The debate around immediate appointment versus a special election highlighted the real-world impact. A special election, even if expedited, would have taken months to organize and execute, leaving California's voice diminished during critical legislative periods. This isn't just about a philosophical ideal. It's about the tangible loss of a state's representation in a body where every vote and every voice counts. The Senate operates on quorum and committee assignments. A missing senator means one less vote, one less committee member, potentially stalling legislation or weakening a state's position on crucial issues. An appointment, while not perfect, ensures that the state's interests are continuously championed without a detrimental gap. It's a pragmatic solution to an urgent problem.
Nico, I understand the concern about a state's diminished voice, but the pragmatic solution of appointment often comes with its own set of democratic compromises. Consider the historical context of the 17th Amendment. Before its ratification, senators were appointed by state legislatures, leading to widespread corruption, deadlocks, and a feeling among citizens that they had no say in who represented them in the Senate. The shift to direct election was a monumental step forward for American democracy, ensuring accountability directly to the people, not to political insiders. Reverting to appointments, even temporarily, risks undermining that fundamental principle. While a special election might take time, it upholds the spirit of the 17th Amendment. It reinforces the idea that a senator's legitimacy comes from the ballot box. We need to focus on streamlining special election processes, perhaps through instant runoff voting or earlier primary deadlines, rather than abandoning the democratic principle of voter choice for the sake of expediency. The integrity of the process outweighs the speed of filling a seat.
And that brings us to the end of another insightful discussion on the political bridge. Nico and Jordan, thank you both for sharing your perspectives on this important topic. It's clear there are strong arguments on both sides regarding how we fill a vacant Senate seat. This debate truly highlights the balance between efficiency and democratic ideals. You can find more information and resources at tpbridgepod.com. Join us next time for another engaging discussion. Until then, stay informed, stay engaged, and keep bridging those political divides.